Mr. White, Mr. Ken White, poet,
Yes.
writer,
Yes.
all of this. First of all, I am just so excited that you have decided to share your work with the
Yes.
world.
Absolutely.
Kudos to you
Thank you.
and congratulations on the work you have put in
Thank you.
to writing Sincerely Yours.
Yes, sir.
So, what was your inspiration?
So my inspiration was the essence of love. Obviously, the world needs love today, yesterday, will always need love. So I felt like this is something that the world needs. There's people who are feeling hopeless, people who are in need, people who need to hear some type of empathy, some type of understanding. So I felt like this is the best time, if not any, to go ahead and just publish it and put it out for the people.
Excellent. What can your readers expect from Sincerely Yours? What kind of themes or emotions are covered in the book?
So some of the themes will be social issues. It's not a political piece, but it will touch on social issues. It will touch on family. Um, you know, honoring your mother and your father, for example. It will touch on loss as well. Happiness, a little bit of humor as well. The poems will touch on, and of course, like I said, love, my faith, of course. Just a number of things. Pretty much covers the gamut of humanity is what you're receiving with the book.
Are there any writings about Ken White? How many, or how much work in it is autobiographical or universal themed?
The majority of it is universal. There is certain poems that are personal to me.
Okay.
One poem in particular, I dedicated to a friend of mine who passed away. Thank you, high school friend of mine. Another one kind of deals with just kind of just personal things that we go through that you can kind of relate to as well. So yeah, for the most part, it is universal, and then it touches in some type of more personal aspects of for me.
That's excellent. Very uh, a lot in life is hard for young men to express their inner emotions and inner feelings.
Right.
So thank you for being vulnerable
It's not easy, but it's I,
and
I feel like it's definitely necessary because, like you said, it's not every day that men, especially young men, are vulnerable. And I feel like it should be something you should be not viewed as a weakness. It should be viewed as something that people can relate to that taps into your humanity.
excellent, excellent. Is there any of your childhood, adulthood, where you are right now in your life, uh, any of that uh, theme, poetry, or like we're talking about vulnerability? Uh, where is that? Is that where you are right now in your life, or did you look on some of your life experience and the poetry was inspired from that?
It's a mixture of both. It is a present um, representation of where I'm at right now. This being my debut, a collection of poetry, is my first time being more vulnerable publicly. Like I said, some of these poems come from a personal place. The poems that are dedicated to my mother, to my father, for example, it delves into, in the past, in my childhood, how I came up, the the um, the morals and the things that they put in me as a child, that still is a representation today. It's also a representation in the poetry as well. So there is definitely a present and a past, future and a past representation of where I'm at right now.
Excellent. When did you discover you loved writing? When did you discover this gift of poetry?
Oh, good question. So I started out writing rap lyrics, hip hop lyrics. Coming up in a church, a musical church. That's what I always used to see.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest brother Martin used to rap a
Mm-hmm.
lot, and so from seeing that, that inspired me to, of course, listening, hearing music and things of that nature. It inspired me to write poetry, and then down the line, I felt the pull of poetry. It kept, you know, being something that I would tend to write more than rap lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I felt like poetry would be more of a kind of a personal connection with people, because the first thing you're not really looking for, you're not looking for a beat or a production musical wise. You're more so looking for the words, the emotion, the feeling attached to those words that the poet speaks. So I felt like that was really speak to me more so. I was hearing or reading people like, Nikki Giovanni, Maya Angelou,
Yes.
Langston Hughes,
Yes.
that we learned about in school and coming up um, as a child in the church, hearing Dr. Henry Porter do his poetry as
Yeah.
well. It
I
was
agree.
something that it's always been around me. The arts has always been something that's around me since I was literally born, because I was born in Germany. My mother and my family used to visit places like the Louvre Museum when she was pregnant with me. So, literally, like, the arts has always been a part of my life. So I felt this was the best representation in the poetry form that I could use to, express myself.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, who do you see as your targeted audience? Is it for everybody? Is it a general demographic, or you see your poetry impacting? What is that audience that you see in your mind?
In my mind, I do see it as a more of a just for everyone, really, from for all ages, from the oldest to the youngest. I feel like the universal language to me is love. I feel like everybody wants to be loved, whether you're a little
Mm,
baby, they want to be held, whether you're a grown up, you want, someone to show that you care. So I feel like everybody can relate to the essence of love, whether you're vocal about it or whether you're kind of more, to yourself about it, more reserved about it. I feel like that my audience, I want it to be inclusive of just everyone, because I don't kind of want to put myself in a box to where I can only speak to this particular demographic or this particular group of people. I feel like it's for everyone.
okay, great. Um, do you see yourself writing anything other than poetry, plays, screen plays for television, or do you really see your focus as a poet?
So funny you mentioned that. I was recently I was speaking to a colleague of mine about a movie script that I started years ago, and
Okay.
I was telling him I need to, pick it back up and really finish it to completion. Try to, have the follow through to really kind of delve into the actual story. So I really love movies. I'm a big fan of movies. I guess I consider myself a movie buff. So
Ah,
yeah, getting into screenplays, writing things other than poetry
mm-hmm.
is something that I definitely want to do in the future. So this is more so like a kind of a springboard to
Right.
more creative ventures that I want to delve into in the future.
All right, you out of the gate. You can't turn around now. You got to go on
Yes,
down the
sir.
road with those other dreams and aspiration. As you know, I am very proud of you. As for several years, I have been in your ear saying, "Do it,
Yes.
do it, do it." Since
Yes.
you kind of expressed to me your love for poetry, and then
Yes.
I've been able to hear you sometimes in church service share. I
Hmm.
saw you at the Bay
Yes.
share some of your poetry. And look, I was sitting there with that audience, and you really had their ear. So I'm expecting that this book is going to be well received. I am
Yes, sir.
also very honored to host your first uh, reading and debut of Sincerely Yours at West Coast Black Theater Troupe.
Yes, sir.
I'm very excited about that, and I wanted to do something to be more than words to show you I am really behind you in supporting this effort. It is not easy for artists to step out.
Right.
We can live in our heads forever and
Right.
live on paper forever, but to step out, which I had to do 26 years ago, it takes a particular confidence, the people around you loving you, pushing
Right.
you, but you stepped out. And so that is my stamp of approval to say, Ken, go for it.
I
So I'm
appreciate
looking forward to
sir.
November.
23rd, that's Sunday, November 23rd, from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. will be my book signing for my debut book, Sincerely Yours. So I definitely appreciate your support, Mr. Jacobs. You've definitely been an inspiration for me over the years. One of the people in my corner, pushing me, like you said, pushing me. When you were explaining it, I was getting kind of emotional, try to kind of, calm myself a little bit because, it's definitely true. I really appreciate your hosting the event as well, which is obviously my first, hopefully of many in the future. So I'm really looking forward to everyone hearing it, supporting the book. It is also available on Amazon.com. As well. So, and of course, I have copies at my book signing as well at the West Coast Black Theater Troupe. So,
All right, everybody, be there. Support this talented young man and his debut book, Sincerely Yours.
Yes.
We'll see you there.
Yes.
And buy a book. What about that?
Yes.
He's going to be doing autographed copies
Yes.
at the book signing. All right, thank you. It's been a
you.
pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely.
And again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.